When you think of the most fearsome predators to have ever roamed our planet, animals like T-Rex and Megalodon probably spring to mind. But before these titans terrorized the Earth, there was another king of the seas, a real-life sea monster that could swallow a great white shark whole. And this is the Mosasaur, the terrifying marine reptile that dominated Earth's oceans during the last days of the dinosaurs. Before we get started, be sure to hit the like button for more videos of prehistoric beasts. Long before whales ruled the oceans and sharks became apex predators, there was another king of the seas, a real-life sea monster that could swallow a great white shark whole. Meet the Mosasaur, the terrifying marine reptile that dominated Earth's oceans during the last days of the dinosaurs. This is not a myth. This is natural history at its most brutal. You are watching the channel. So far in this series, we've explored the terrifying titans that once roamed the Earth, from giant sloth-like creatures to enormous flying reptiles. Today, we turn our attention to the oceans, where an even greater monster stalked its prey. Let's go back in time about 70 to 66 million years ago, a period known as the Late Cretaceous. Our planet was still recovering from the mass extinction event that marked the end of the Jurassic era, and new life was beginning to flourish in the warm, shallow seas that covered much of today's North America and Europe. Among the most successful of these new inhabitants were the Mosasaurs, a group of marine reptiles that dominated the oceans until the very last days of the dinosaurs. But don't confuse them with the dinosaurs. Mosasaurs weren't dinosaurs at all. In fact, they were more closely related to modern monitor lizards and snakes than to anything that walked on land. Instead, they were perfectly adapted for life in the water, possessing long, slender bodies, paddle-like limbs, and powerful tail fins that enabled them to swim with incredible speed and agility. The largest species, such as Mosasaurus hoffmanni, could grow over 50 feet or 15 meters long, about the length of a city bus. Their streamlined bodies were ideal for chasing down prey through the water, but their most terrifying feature was undoubtedly their jaws. Like snakes, Mosasaurs possessed double-hinged jaws that could open incredibly wide and devour prey whole. Their mouths were filled with sharp, conical teeth perfectly designed for gripping slippery prey such as fish, squid, and other marine reptiles. One bite from those jaws was enough to crush bones and tear through flesh. There is no doubt that the Mosasaur was an apex predator, meaning that nothing hunted it. It hunted almost everything else, from tiny fish to huge sea turtles. Mosasaurus was so well adapted for life in the water that paleontologists believe it likely spent its entire life at sea. Unlike many other marine reptiles that returned to land to lay eggs, instead, Mosasaurs gave birth to live young in a process known as viviparity, allowing them to reproduce without needing to haul themselves onto land. With a combination of incredible speed, agility, and raw power, the Mosasaur was truly the king of the seas. It hunted everything from small fish to massive sea turtles. We can learn about the Mosasaur's diet by examining the fossilized remains of its prey found inside some Mosasaur skeletons. Some fossils even show the imprint of the last meal a Mosasaur ate. This technique helps scientists understand what the Mosasaur preferred to eat and how it hunted. One study of Mosasaurus hoffmanni, published in the journal Acta Paleontologica Polonica in 2019, revealed that this particular species primarily consumed fish and other marine reptiles, including sea turtles and other mosasaurs. M. hoffmanni likely used ambush tactics, lurking in the shadows, and striking with explosive power. Its long, flexible neck would allow it to strike with lightning-fast speed, delivering crushing bites that could shatter bones and tear through flesh. With its powerful tail fin, it could easily propel itself through the water at high speeds, allowing it to chase down fast-moving prey or escape from danger. The Mosasaur was the undisputed ruler of the seas, hunting a variety of prey including fish, squid, crustaceans, sea turtles, and other marine reptiles. No living creature was safe from the Mosasaur's wrath. One particularly gruesome example of a Mosasaur's predatory prowess comes from the discovery of a fossilized Mosasaur with a megalodon tooth embedded in its jawbone. It's to suggest that the Mosasaur was not only capable of taking on such a fearsome predator, but actually came out on top in at least some encounters. A Mosasaur's size and strength must have been truly terrifying. After all, a megalodon tooth embedded in a jawbone is evidence of a fierce battle. Another fascinating aspect of the Mosasaur's biology is its method of reproduction. Unlike many other marine reptiles, the mosasaur gave birth to live young rather than laying eggs. This adaptation allowed them to reproduce without needing to leave the water, giving them an advantage over their competitors in the race to produce offspring. Overall, the mosasaur was a highly successful and adaptable creature. Its reign over the oceans lasted for millions of years, and its diverse diet and reproductive strategy likely contributed to its longevity. Sadly, the mosasaur's reign of terror came to an end around 66 million years ago, along with the rest of the dinosaurs. The mass extinction event that marked the end of the Cretaceous period is thought to have been triggered by the impact of a massive asteroid near modern-day Mexico. This global disaster caused dramatic climate shifts and the collapse of many food chains, leading to the extinction of 75% of Earth's species, including the mighty mosasaur. While the mosasaur's reign came to an end millions of years ago, its legacy lives on. In recent decades, paleontologists have made hundreds of fossil discoveries that have helped bring these ancient sea monsters back to life. In North America, the Netherlands, and Morocco, researchers have uncovered an abundance of mosasaur fossils, allowing them to reconstruct full skeletons and analyze stomach contents. Some fossils even preserve the imprint of the mosasaur's skin, providing valuable insights into the appearance and behavior of these enigmatic creatures. One of the most remarkable things about the mosasaur is the sheer number of species that have been identified. At least 30 different types of mosasaur existed during the Cretaceous period, each with its own unique adaptations and features. These species varied in size, shape, and habitat, but they all shared the same basic characteristics that made them such effective predators. Among the most well-known mosasaur species are Mosasaurs hoffmanni, one of the largest, growing up to 50 feet or 15 meters long. This species was a true apex predator, feeding on fish, squid, turtles, and even other mosasaurs. Then, there's Platymosaurus, a genus of small mosasaur that lived in the shallower waters of the inland sea that once covered much of what is now the Midwestern United States. These creatures were likely more active during the day and had a more varied diet, consisting of fish, mollusks, and even sea turtles. Finally, there's Mosasaurus skimmi, a newly discovered species that lived in the Tethys Ocean, a vast body of water that covered much of the Atlantic Ocean during the Cretaceous period. This species was smaller than M. hoffmanni, but it had a longer, more slender skull and a distinctive pattern of bony plates along its back. As we continue to explore the fossil record and uncover new species of mosasaur, we gain a deeper understanding of these enigmatic creatures and their role in the ancient ecosystem. Each new discovery brings us closer to piecing together the puzzle of their evolution and their eventual demise. The story of the mosasaur is one of the most epic transformations in evolutionary history. From humble beginnings as land-dwelling lizards to their rise as the apt predator of the oceans, these creatures truly are the stuff of legends. Imagine the world if the mosasaur hadn't gone extinct. Would they compete with modern sharks and whales for dominance? Could we even explore the ocean safely, knowing that such a fearsome predator lurked beneath the waves? The truth is, we're lucky that the mosasaur vanished when it did. If it hadn't, the oceans might still be ruled by a terror that humans never even saw coming. So thanks for watching. What do you think? How far would you go to explore the deep sea? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more adventures. See you next time.